So we are backstage at the Hollywood Palladium. It's Seena, and I'm here with one of AMP's top artists and one of the biggest pop music artists right now. Pretty nice to say that, right?
I love that.
You like it?
Oh, I love it.
I don't even need to introduce you, I think. I think pretty much anybody, as soon as they see you and your glittery sequin pants and your pink chucks, kind of knows who they're dealing with.
Oh, I love that. I mean, it's been nice because this year I haven't been called Keisha once. So
Keisha, was that a thing for a while?
everybody thought my name was Keisha since I was little. Until last year, it finally cleared up.
Now it's everywhere. Now it's at the Hollywood Palladium, so they cannot get it wrong anymore. So welcome back to LA.
Thank you. I'm so incredibly excited for tonight.
I know, and you are already in the LA Times. You're here for one day and then already in the newspaper.
Love it, but I just walked outside to see everybody, and everyone's just so ready to party.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people with obviously glitter, a lot of stockings, and like leg warmers and things like that.
I saw a lot of blue lipstick, which I love.
Is that your favorite?
It's my favorite, yeah. It's kind of like the sign of the cult. If you're one of us, you're wearing the blue lipstick with the glitter everywhere.
Oh, there you go. What's a usual, I mean, I got a peek outside, but for everybody that's watching, what's a usual crowd at a Kesho show like? Because I didn't even know before I showed up today, like, what that would be made up of, girls or guys or little.
You know what the crazy thing is? It's so different. Like, every night it's different. Sometimes I pull people up on stage, and it can be anywhere from like an 11-year-old to, I had a 33-year-old metalhead named Dante who was like decked out, looked like a pirate. It's always different.
Did he have an eye patch on?
No, but everything else. And in New York, I saw like an 80-year-old man with blue lipstick on, and he was passed out in the corner because he got too drunk. Like, talk about rock and roll.
It's pretty nice. It must be nice to have a very diverse group of fans.
I love it. I mean, I think and I hope that means that my music translates to very, very young, very, very old, and just everybody.
Well, obviously it has, because, I mean, your music's been so popular recently. I mean, AMP, of course, we play your music. And you also released a new album, these remixes. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I just released I Am the Dance Commander and I Command You to Dance, the remix album, which is all of my singles, and they're all with sick remixes on them. My personal favorite is Sleazy with Andre 3000, who's one of my favorite lyricists. I think one of the best lyricists of all time.
Yeah, I did hear that song. Really good.
Thank you. He's, incredible and incredibly picky, so I feel very lucky that he got on this remix album.
Did you get to meet him too?
No, we actually, unfortunately, I was here. He was in Japan at the time.
So long distance kind of cooperation on that.
But it was so cool because he made the time to go and do it, and like, he's a legend. So it was very flattering. He also complimented my rapping, which coming from him was...
That's quite an honor. Yeah.
Quite the honor, yeah.
Well, speaking of remixes, you are also on the Till the World Ends remix with Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj, and you. And I know this because, obviously, I work in radio, but I don't think a lot of people know that you actually co-wrote Till the World Ends.
Yeah, I wrote that song for Britney. Like, I sat down with her in mind and tried to put my brain into her brain and make, what I think I do best is just like a dance anthem. But I really wanted it to be very Britney.
So first of all, what was it like hearing that song on the radio and having Britney sing your lyrics? And then also, what do you like writing better, or is it kind of a mix of both? Do you think because you're an artist, that writing comes naturally?
Oh, I've been writing songs since I was 13. My mom's a songwriter. Writing just is in my blood, and I consider myself a writer first. And I've also written a song for Miley Cyrus and the Veronicas, so Britney wasn't the first, but she's obviously an icon. So
kind of a big deal.
It's kind of the best thing ever. When I hear my own songs on the radio, like, I kind of have to give like a little bit of like a eye roll, and if anybody else is in the car, I have to kind of like change the station. But when Britney comes on, I can turn it all the way up and like force everyone in the car to dance and not feel like a douchebag.
There you go. They should not feel like a douchebag because that song is a good song. Thanks. So nice job on that.
I love that song. I'm so excited that she sang it, but the remix I think is pretty sick. It's like...
And you got to be on your own song.
I know. One of my favorites I've ever written, I have to say.
So, I mean, that was a remix with... Have you met Nicki Minaj?
I have. She's perfect.
So if you could have a remix of your own song, like... I guess we'll just pick Blow because that's your latest song. I love that song as well. So if you could pick two people to be on a remix on your song, who would it be?
I have something up my sleeve that's in the works, but I can't tell you yet.
So I like how that question got a little hint to something.
But
No hint.
tell you.
So any two artists you would want to work with? Anything?
There's so many I want to work with. I mean, Nicki Minaj has been on my list up until very recently, and now check that one off. But I would love to work with one of my idols, like Iggy Pop or David Bowie or.
I would like to see that with the whole paint going on. That would be amazing.
Me and David Bowie rolling around in glitter with each other.
And I like how Backstage, I don't know if you guys can see this, there's already glitter. The show hasn't even started. And there's glitter. Yeah, and your shows, I've heard tons of glitter. Not to mention sold out tonight, and you're in Vegas, I hear, tomorrow. Sold out there too. Like, what's that been like? Sold out for you? It's been the
best thing ever. I was touring, a year and a half ago, opening for someone who was opening for somebody, and there were 5 people at my show, and they were all like, had no idea who I was.
Whoa, what's going on?
And then all of a sudden, I'm opening for Rihanna, which was quite culture shock. And then, talk about a shock to my system, opening my own world tour, and it's been sold out in the States. And so, I mean, it's been so incredibly flattering. But I go to all these shows, and there's so many kids outside that I decided, and I'm sure you know this, that I'm actually going on. I added way more dates because there were so many kids outside. People would be lining up since 9 a.m. begging and crying for tickets.
There are a lot of people outside. But you are coming back to LA because you sold it. Yeah, September 17th, Gibson Amphitheater.
Yes, and so if you miss the chance to come tonight, or if you just want to come again, come and check it out again. It's with LMFAO and my good friend Spank Rock.
Oh my gosh, that should be a good time. LMFAO just started a switch party, and that was crazy. They were pouring vodka down people's throats. So I think you guys would be a good pairing.
Oh, we're friends, and let me just tell you, the times we have partied, it has been out of control. So I am so nervous to be on the road with them for 2 months. It's just going to be ridiculous.
All right, and another thing is, I already mentioned Blow, but I did see the music video, and I knew that when I talked to you, I had to ask you about it. And it's not about, the unicorn heads, and it's not about, all the crazy shooting guns and all that stuff, but James Vanderbeek was your, I guess, nemesis in the video. Why Dawson? Was he always on the top of your list somewhere?
Yeah, Vanderdouche was actually our first choice, and we picked him just kind of randomly, thinking my wish list, and the director and I just randomly picked him. We were like, would he? And it was magical. He just said yes. Was the nicest guy in the world. I felt kind of bad for killing him at the end of the video, but it had to be done.
Yeah, you just shot him right in the head, pretty much.
It had to be done.
So he's on your number 1. Anybody else you're looking at right now? I know Zach Galifianakis.
I know, that's
still hasn't happened.
Pipe dream, man. I'm trying to get at that guy.
We just talked about this too, last time I met you.
I want to hit that so hard. I want to spank that ass.
Oh well. Yes. Now we can't go any further, otherwise this is going to be not able to be on ampradio.com. But so I mean, not just you and your guys that you like, but do you get a lot of male groupies? I wonder if that happens.
I mean, a lot of them are underage, 15.
Which is never good.
And nope. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Or they're 60 and, and then I direct them to my mom. So, I mean, a lot of my age groupies who are actually mentally stable, not so much, but I love groupies. I did though finally have my first groupie experience, and he went to Harvard. Oh, so
wow.
the smart ones like me.
You picked the good one. Mm-hmm. Diamond in the rough. So very cool. And also, what else do you have going on? I mean, we just went through a whole list of things. Your Get Sleazy tour, it's continuing, like we mentioned. It's going to be at Gibson Amphitheater September 17th.
Yes.
I hear you are also going to be on TV again recently on a talk show.
I am. I'm actually going to be on Late Night with Conan. I'm playing a mini concert to about 1,000 people for Conan, who I love.
I love him as well. He's my favorite.
Amazing. So I'm really stoked about that.
Very cool. Have you met him before?
I've met him once. I was on there once before, but this time I actually get to kick it with him and chat with him.
And I believe that's on May 11th, so you should definitely tune in for that. Anything else you'd like to say to your Amp Radio fans? I know you were on with Carson. I met you before.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, is this only in LA?
Yes, LA.
Only LA. Well, all the listeners and all my fans, but especially the Amp Radio fans.
Especially LA.
Especially LA. But I love you, and I'm so excited for tonight. Like, I'm so excited. I lived here for years, so this is so much fun. This is my first headlining show in, my second hometown. So I'm really excited.
We'll take it.
So I split my time between here and Nashville.
There you go. But she has love for LA, and that's all that matters.
Half of my heart is here. So I'm so excited to cover you guys in glitter. And thank you so much for the love and support here. It's been unbelievable and totally nuts.
Well, yeah, thank you for talking to us. And good luck tonight. I'm looking forward to your show. And you promised me that I will be covered in glitter tonight. So I'm looking forward to it.
You'll see. I hope you find it in your butt crack tomorrow morning.
I will have to make sure to wash there tomorrow.
Report back.
Thank you.
Thanks.